Welcome. Today, we will understand why the surface of the Earth is uneven, the forces that shape it, processes like weathering, mass movements, erosion, soil formation, and much more. Why is the Earth's surface uneven? The Earth's crust is always moving vertically and horizontally. Long ago, it moved even faster. Endogenic forces, that is inside Earth, build land through uplift, folding, and volcanism. Exogenic forces, external wear down land through weathering and erosion. Together, they keep the surface uneven. Humans depend on this surface but misuse it, disturbing the natural balance. Exogenic outcomes. Exogenic forces cause degradation, wearing down of elevations and aggradation, filling basins and depressions. The term gradation specifically means the wearing down of relief through erosion. Geomorphic processes. Geomorphic processes are forces that shape the Earth's surface. Endogenic processes like dystrophism and volcanism. Exogenic processes like weathering, erosion, deposition. Agents such as water, ice, wind, and waves transport materials. Gravity is the master force. It pulls everything downslope and makes erosion and deposition possible. Processes versus agents. In practice, exogenic agents and processes are treated as the same unless we separate them. Gravity not only drives downslope motion, its indirect stresses also activate wave and tide induced currents and winds, moving materials from higher to lower levels and from high to low pressure areas. Endogenic processes. Endogenic processes get energy from radioactivity, tidal friction, and Earth's original heat. This energy moves crust unevenly, causing tectonic changes. Dystrophism. Dystrophism means processes that move, uplift, or deform the crust. Orogeny builds mountains by folding rocks. Eperogeny uplifts large crust areas, continental building. Earthquakes are sudden local shifts. Plate tectonics shifts entire crustal plates. These cause faulting, fracturing, and even metamorphism of rocks. Volcanism. Volcanism is the movement of molten rock or magma towards or onto the Earth's surface. It forms both underground, intrusive, and surface, extrusive volcanic landforms. Exogenic processes. Exogenic processes get their energy from the sun and tectonic slopes. Gravity moves material downslope, breaking them apart. Together, these processes form denudation, which means stripping or uncovering Earth's surface. Factors affecting exogenic processes. The strength of exogenic processes depends on climate and rock structure. Climate, temperature, rainfall, freezing, thawing. Rock structure, folds, joints, permeability, hardness. Because rocks react differently, Earth's landscapes keep varying. Local climatic controls. Even within one climate, processes vary with slope aspect, north-south versus east-west. Altitude, wind velocity and direction, intensity of precipitation, the precipitation-evaporation relationship, daily temperature range, how often freezing and thawing occur, and the depth of frost penetration. Weathering. Weathering means the breaking down of rocks in place without moving them. It is caused by climate, geology, and organisms. Chemical weathering. Chemical weathering breaks rocks through reactions with water, oxygen, and carbon dioxide. Examples include solution, dissolving, carbonation, reaction with carbon dioxide, hydration, adding water, and oxidation, reduction, gain or loss of oxygen. Physical weathering. Physical weathering depends on forces like pressure release, temperature expansion, crystal growth, or wetting and drying. Repeated expansion and contraction cause cracks and fractures. Biological weathering. Living organisms also weather rocks. Roots break rocks apart. Burrowing animals expose new surfaces. Decaying matter releases acids. Even humans accelerate weathering through farming and deforestation. Exfoliation. Exfoliation is peeling off curved rock sheets due to expansion and contraction. It creates smooth domes and tores. Exfoliation attribution. Exfoliation domes commonly form from unloading, while tores often reflect thermal expansion. Exfoliation is a result, not a standalone process. Significance of weathering. Weathering prepares soils, enriches ores, and allows ecosystem to exist. Without weathering, erosion and soil formation could not take place. Mass movements. Mass movements, debris moving downslope by gravity alone. They include creep, flow, slides, and falls. Triggered by steep slopes, heavy rain, earthquakes, or loss of vegetation. Mass movement forms. Mass movements include three forms: heave, flow, and slide, and show up as creep, flows, slides, and falls, ranging from very slow to very rapid. Types of mass movements. Examples: slump. Debris rotates while slipping. Debris slide, rapid but no rotation. Debris fall, nearly free fall. Rock slide, movement along bedding planes. Rock fall, blocks falling freely from steep cliffs. Some authors prefer mass wasting, others mass movements, and whether solifluction fits under rapid flows is debated. Its speed can be slow to moderate, so classification varies. The Himalayas face frequent landslides because they are tectonically active, steep, and made of weak rocks. Even in Western Ghats and Nilgiris, where rocks are hard and stable, steep cliffs, heavy rainfall, and temperature changes cause landslides and avalanche. A noted example shows landslide scars over steep shiwalik slopes near the river Sharda at the India-Nepal border in Uttar Pradesh. Erosion and deposition. Erosion removes and carries rock debris. Deposition occurs when agents lose energy and drop material. Coarse materials settle first, fine later. Both processes constantly shape Earth's surface. Abrasion emphasis. Erosional agents carry rock fragments that abrade surfaces. This greatly aids erosion. Karst condition. Karst landforms only develop where rocks are permeable and soluble and where water is available to dissolve them. Pedology and process. Pedology is soil science and a pedologist is a soil scientist. Soil formation. Soil is living, changing medium. It forms when weathered materials is colonized by plants, bacteria, and animals. Humus builds up, making the soil fertile. Soil genesis sequence. Soil begins with a weathered mantle or transported deposits. Bacteria, mosses, and lichens colonize first, then grasses and ferns, followed by bushes and trees. Roots and burrowing animals mix material, making it porous and sponge-like, able to retain water and allow air to circulate. Soil formation factors. Parent material. Texture and mineral composition matter. Topography. Steep slopes, thin soil, flat, thick soil. Climate. Rainfall causes leaching. Dry areas form salt crust, that is hard pans. Tropical climate form calcium carbonate nodules, kankar. Biology. Plants, humus, nitrogen fixing bacteria enrich soil. Time. Older soils mature with developed
Leaching
horizons.
terms.
In wet climates, materials are leached downward, that's elevation, and redeposited in lower layers, eluviation. The removal of silica from soil is called desilication. So the Earth's surface is shaped by both internal and external forces, but understanding these processes, we can use resources wisely and preserve them for future. For more such content, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe.